You guys, I hate doing videos on the weekend. I hate doing videos on the weekend. I just it'd be so much going on, y'all, that I need full concentration. If you haven't watched Love and Marriage Huntsville video, then you don't know that I'm a little tipsy. Okay, that's actually hungover tipsy from last night. Like I said, we did it big last night. Woo! What's up, everybody? I forgot to do my intro. Itsrox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage DC season 1 episode 4, 5. What's the episode, y'all? Let me go on YouTube real fast. It's episode 6. Moving on along. I don't know how many they're gonna have in their season, but this is episode 6, you guys. Usually when it's a new show, we only get 10, 12 episodes. They definitely gonna have a reunion, though. I know Mr. King is chomping at the bit to get to this reunion. But anyway, the review. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, let's start with Irena, since, I mean, it kind of was, it was random to the rest of the show. Not really, but sort of. So, it wasn't random. That's not the right word. The right word is, they only really talked about Irena and Jamie in this part, as you know, along with what happened at the end. So we'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, she goes and meets her daughter for dinner, drinks. You know, she's just talking to her about what happened with her and Jamie. Okay, I'm sure the daughter already knew how upset Irena was when Jamie blew up at the event after she had to deal with, you know, the shit at Ashley's event. And the daughter was just like, he called me. She was like, he called me. He was like, your mom this, and he was frustrated. He was mad, and you know. And she was just like, you know, we know Dad's has a short fuse. Okay, not much patience. You know, first of all, he's an A personality, dominant, thinks what he says goes. You know, everybody is just kind of used to Dad telling us what to do or what we want to do, as opposed to him listening to what we want to even do as grown ass people now. So she said, I sat down and talked to him too. You know, when he came over and fixed my nightstand, really, we talked about this same thing, like how he just needs to just like lighten up and change a little bit. And Irena was just like, yeah, she agrees. They was at the damn house viewing with their partners, and that shit was uncomfortable, you know, because they was still mad from the night before and all of that. So yeah, you know, she just was like that Jamie. She loved him to death, but he got a strong personality. Well, the good thing is, it seems that every time that they've talked to Jamie about his bad attitude, you know, he recognizes it and says that he'll work on it. So, I mean, I guess there's that. Now, let's jump over to the Silvers. So we see Quick, and Quick is having some wrist pain. He says his pain is so bad that it's time for him to go to the doctor. I would imagine as a DJ, and he's been a DJ for how long did he say? That he's been doing it for like 20 years already, right? And all of that manipulation from when they used to do albums and then CDs, and now, you know, it's all computerized, but it's still like quite a bit of movement with your hands and your wrists and everything. I would imagine that he would have carpal tunnel and all kind of like joint issues and nerve issues and anything that has to do with his hands. So it's not surprising to hear, you know, he goes to the doctor, and Ashley is with him, and the doctor is just like, I don't think it's anything too serious. You know, it could be gout, could be arthritis. She's gonna need him to wear a brace, okay? And that should relieve some of it, you know. And Ashley was just like, oh, okay, well, you know, he was like, is this gonna interrupt my job? Like, I need my hands. Ashley was like, yeah, now the nigga got to work, okay? Got to take care of this family now. We got to have these hands together. Well, I mean, what you want the doctor to say? You done came up here, you said your wrist hurt, I'm telling you how to fix it. Now y'all telling me that you can't wear them because you need to be able to work. Okay, I'm telling you that it's gonna take some of the pressure off of your damn wrist. So you make that decision what's gonna be best for you. You're gonna need to change your lifestyle some. Well, his lifestyle is his DJing business. That is his part of his life. So I don't know how we gonna rectify this. I mean, I guess he'll wear the wrist whenever he's not DJing, but let them tell it he always DJing. Okay, he got 14 gigs. Ashley was just like, drop the damn 14 down to 10. Okay? No, he can't do that. I'm sure 4 more on those 10 ain't gonna hurt too much more than it already hurt. So Quick was like, you just want me to stay home and get fat and don't do nothing, just sit up there and watch you and the kids. And she was like, that is not what I want you to do. Okay, that's definitely not what Ashley wants you to do. I was just like, girl, y'all done sat up here and wasted this doctor's time, because we know that Quick is not going to give up DJing. Not now. He's in his prime. He's established. Everybody know who he is. It's just sort of like, no, he's not giving up now. Okay, so we're going to have to work on these wrists some other kind of way. Later on, we see that Monique and Chris are coming over to the Silvas for dinner. And they kind of got a little vegan option. You know, they've ordered food in because Ashley don't look like she ever cooks. And we see Chris and Monique pull up in the Bentley. All right, and they get out and they come on in, you know. Monique's voice gets so frantic. I just don't remember her getting on my nerves like this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but something is not, she's not as relaxed and smooth as she was on Potomac. Okay? It's just a whole bunch of extraness to me. But Monique, you know, she want to sit down with Chris and, she want to sit down with Ashley and Quick, because, you know, she don't want them to be looking at her and Chris like, you know, they crazy. You know, maybe Monique did get some things mixed up, so she just want to make sure that they don't think that she on some mess. Because that's one thing the Silvas do. They say they don't do mess. So again, Monique get to telling them how, you know, she felt like Ashley told her that it was on some old rah-rah shit, the way it was presented to her, the way she was talking, you know, and how she felt ambushed. And Ashley was like, and I kept on saying, Monique, you keep on bringing this word up, ambushed and all of this. You already know that Ashley is upset about it, and you making it worse. You making it worse, poo-poo. You're not making it better. You know, Ashley was just like, you know, she felt like she was ambushed. And, you know, I felt ambushed too. You know, she was talking about, you know, my marriage and all of this. Really, Ashley doesn't even want to talk about this whole situation with Winter anymore. It's just sort of like every time she see Monique, we going to sit down and talk about Winter, you know, and Ashley was already kind of frustrated with Monique for kind of just stirring up the pot anyway, you know. So then Ashley is just sort of like, her and Quick are both kind of on Monique like, you know, we don't like that shit. Winter had all this shit to say about the marriage. That made Quick feel like he got to go and say something to her and confront her in there. Please don't confront this woman, Quick. Please don't do it on a reality show. Definitely not. Do not do it. Okay? These women's gonna be on your ass like grass, honey. You will not get away with it. Don't get into no confrontation. Let Ashley handle that. This motherfucking car about to cut off. Hold on. This shit shouldn't even be this long. Come on now, we fixing to cut it off. Quick and Ashley was like, we've been in this business for a long time. We know about rumors. It's always rumors about you. No, I'm sure you guys have dealt with rumors, him being an ex-NFL player and everything. I'm sure you guys dealt with rumors too. We're not saying that they don't happen. We just don't let it bother us. But Quick's whole thing was like, y'all really came to my wife with her event with the bullshit. And, you know, Monique was just like, well, I thought that I was coming here, you know, to make things better. And I think that I'm making things worse. Like, girl, you are. Why are we talking about Winter and Kevin anyway? Okay, Monique, you know, I just don't understand, because, you know, Winter is like a woman's woman. Like, you know, she's really like pro-woman, and she tries to figure out like how to help things and everything. So that's why I'm just so shocked that she's doing. I was just like... So Monique's thing is like, I'm gonna get you guys together for lunch again. And Ashley is sort of rolling her eyes like, why do we need to keep on doing this? Because what else we gonna push right now? This is a new fucking show. We need to, you know, beef up these beefs. All right. And since you guys are the only ones that's fighting on the show right now, then damn it, y'all the women of the hour. I'm sorry, Ashley. So anyway, while they're sitting there talking, you know, Monique is telling them how, you know, she's trying to get her energy right, and she's going to go to this intuitive therapist who, you know, she's just really, really good. Monique been going to her for a long time. You know, this is the deep Monique. Remember, Monique is deep. She has to get in touch with her inner spirits and, you know, her chakras, and I'm imagining all of that is all mixed up in there. Okay. So, yes, this woman, she can get into you. She can get the bad energy. She can grab hold to it, and she can pull it out. She can release it. And Quick was like, I'm with it. I want to go. Okay, good. Okay, Monique, look at that, Chris. Okay, how about you get a little bit of the deepness that Quick got? She was just like, yes, you know, so it's very, you know, it's intimate. So she might touch you. She might touch your leg. And he was like, oh, okay. Bet. They was like, Chris was like, nah, big dog, don't worry about it. Ain't nothing like that. I thought the same thing too when my wife told me, you know, but then when I got there, I realized that I was supposed to be deep and smart. And Kristen met that lady from Monique, and honey, she been touching all on him. He ain't know what to do. Anyway. Now, speaking of Winter, we see Winter with her kids. She has 4 kids with an ex-NFL player. We don't know who that player is. I'm sure the rock stars out there have already ascertained what the man's name is. Can you guys let us know who her ex-husband is? Okay. Her kids are all teenage, and you know, when I see her interacting with them, I was just like, oh, okay. You know, something about when you find out that somebody is a mother, you know, deep down inside, somewhere inside of them, it might be a little bit of good in them. I mean, I haven't made a decision about how I feel about Winter yet. So, you know. But anyway, she's talking to her kids, and again, even though she doesn't want to talk about this all the time, you know, she tells her kid, you know, I really thought about it, and I wanted to let you know that we're moving forward with the divorce from Kevin, you know, as if she's talking to like 7, 8, 9-year-olds. You know, these are some teenagers. They was like good. All right, because we ain't like that nigga anyway. He came in too fast, too hard. He was taking you shopping. He was treating you to everything. Like, he manipulated you and made you think that he, you know, he had it going on and sold you a bill of goods and a whole bunch of dreams. And now look where we at. Okay, so good. Get rid of the nigga. We've been wanting you to do this for the longest. All right, so she says, yeah, I'm really surprised that the kids took it so well. Honey, them kids were celebrating. But what cracks me up about Winter is she kind of makes it seem like she had nothing to do with the fact that she was duped. Okay, we still have to take accountability for the fact that we even allowed ourselves to be, you know, made a fool of. And Winter kind of didn't look at the signs, okay? I'm sure there were warning signs there. She ignored them, you know, but she was just like, you know, he comes in, he swoops in, and he woos my kids, you know, and makes them feel a certain way. And it's just sort of like, how dare you, sir? As if you didn't let him come in and woo your kids and do all of that. That's what I'm saying. Like, Winter tries to make it seem like she just was so clueless as to what Kevin was doing to her, okay? Take all of the blame off of you, girl. No, you played a part. That's all we trying to say. I said enough Kevin, girl. We don't want to hear nothing else about it. Monique tries to bring Winter and Ashley together again, and it's really just more of the same, okay? Ashley was just like, I don't even know why I'm here, because I don't have to be friends with Winter ever. Not in this life or the next one. Okay, and Winter is feeling the same way, sort of like, I mean, the last time we were together, it didn't go well. Like, why do we keep on doing this? Girl, we all wondering the same thing. I think when they watch the footage at the reunion, or I think that this is a point that's been big enough that Carlos is going to bring it up at the reunion. Like, Monique has just made this even worser. Monique has just made this even worse than it needed to be. So, Ashley, okay, I think my neighbor is about to walk by the truck. Confusing me again. I mean, distracting me again. See ya? Okay. So, you know, they compare notes, and Ashley and Winter, you know, Winter was just like, I wasn't gossiping about your marriage. I was making the point that everybody has heard rumors about different, you know, things in different marriages. It may or may not even be true. I mean, it's called gossip. I wasn't saying that to Monique as if to say, let me tell you what I heard about Quick. I was just saying that, yes, you guys even admitted that you guys had problems in your marriage, and that you've heard, I mean, not problems, that you've heard rumors about your marriage too. So that was the point more that she was trying to make. Monique, like I said, 20 on 10. So, you know what? Maybe that would make things better, except Ashley says, well, you know what? Even though now we're here and, you know, you said that, you know, now I kind of feel some kind of way about you. Like, I'm not sure if I want to even be your friend. Okay. And Winter was just like, yeah, you know, she apologizes, you know, for however she made Ashley feel, because that's not how she was trying, what she was trying to do. She was just kind of talking to Monique, and this shit should have never got back to Ashley until the reunion anyway. Okay, so even with all of Winter's bubbly apologies, you know, Ashley still can take a leave, and more emphasis on leave Winter. And so I feel like we didn't make much progress here. Maybe they won't be at each other's neck any longer, But I still don't feel like Ashley and Winter, you know, I don't feel like Monique was able to bring them together or anything. It's just, girl, just leave it alone. Now, this intuitive healer, what was her name? Was it Terry? I think her name was Terry. Okay. Like I said, Monique says she releases all the bad. You know, she goes in deep and, you know, she's intuitive. So she has all these special connections with the nether world or the spiritual realm, and she's able to, you know, figure out exactly what's going on with you and get rid of that and put, you know, replace it, because we don't just take, we put in too. We put in good energy. And Monique has Ashley and Quick there, and she also has Irena and Jamie there. And we got Chris there, of course. You know, Chris trying to be group, you know, oh, it's my hope that everybody will get here and that they will feel. He almost sound like a Mo Country Martell. That you know, that they will be more in tune with themselves, and you know, that they'll be open, and you know, I'm just really looking forward to. I was like, Chris, you ain't got to try to impress us, okay? It's Monique that you got to act like you smart and deep for, not us. Oh, it's my hope that the women, the men, and that they open up. Look at y'all to deduce this man too. This nigga just trying to feed his family, and here y'all got him up here waxing poetical about some fucking intuitive healer. Okay, all right, let me get serious, y'all. So anyway, everybody is there. Jamie says, you know, we've never done this, so, you know, we need all the help that we can get. And the intuitive healer was just like, you know what, well, just don't push back, you know, just open up. Oh my goodness, hold on. I'm getting something really strong here. And I know I'm right, okay? Looking at Jamie and Irena. You're aggressive, you're a bully. And I know people have told you that before. You know, you just kind of take things and, you know, everything is my way or the highway. And, you know, you just really make everybody feel like, you know, you're the only one that matters. And you need... She starts telling Jamie about herself. Jamie was like, I already kind of feel like, you know, I don't believe in this kind of thing. So I feel like somebody already told you something, or you already Googled it and you know this and that and the other about me. Okay. Well, Jamie is just listening to the lady talk, you know, and then he look over at Irena, and Irena start crying as if we was at church and, you know, the testimony was spoken, you know. So Irena starts crying. He look over at Irena. He was like, girl, you be doing too much on these shows. You know that he want to be like, Irena, why are you doing all of this? But, you know, so she crying, so he kind of like nudge her. And then the healer was like, oh, no. You cannot nudge her. Don't act like a child, you know, boy. And I was just like, ooh, Jamie is a good sport. Don't talk to me like, no, I'm no damn child. So, you know, when Jamie looked over at her, and then he was like, oh, no, I'm just... You know, and Jamie was so confused, like, what is going on? My wife was fine, and we get here, she crying. So then the lady was like, don't let her, you know, you have to let her be how she is, and don't be reprimanding her, and don't be bullying her. And she was just like, you know, this is exactly right, and she's hitting the nail on the head, and this is exactly how Jamie is. And instead of him giving me a hug and comforting me, he's like nudging me and kind of like, what's going on with you? And Jamie was just like, I don't even know what's happening here. My wife is crying, like, okay. But he humors the lady, okay. We'll work on that, okay? She moves on too quick. Okay, what's about 9? Something about the number 9. And he was like, wow. Okay, now this is when it starts to make it means something to somebody there. You know, Quick says that he was 9 years old when he found out that his mom had cancer. His mom died from cancer when he was 10. Okay. And 9 just means something in 1999. What did he say? It was something else, that it was some other importance about the 9. Was it when his father died? But yeah, so the 9 is important. And so that was, you know, where he was able to connect with the intuit. But it was actually interesting to hear Quick talk about his life and say how, you know, he's always kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's something that I know that I've told you guys that before, that it's hard for me to accept when things are going well, just really, really well, really, really positively for a long length of time, that I feel like something bad is about to happen. Like the lady said, that is a self-defeating, like, self-defeating feeling, because I think that things have happened in the past where it's happened that way. So now I feel that way. And when Quick was talking about, like, 100% of the time, whenever something is going really good in his life, he's waiting for something bad to happen, because it always does. Okay, and when you listen to somebody else saying that, then you realize that is a problem, that it's something that I know I need to work on. But I am a pessimist. I'm a Capricorn at heart, and you guys know that Capricorns are pessimists, especially when, like someone said in my comments once, is when we cannot control the outcome, or if we really don't know how it's going to go, we're pessimistic about it. Okay, we don't see things going well and positive. It's just sort of like extra cautious. I don't know. And so that's definitely something that happens with me. So I can relate with Quick when he was talking about that, so I actually appreciated the conversation that he had. He's saying that he wishes that his father was still around, because his father was like a true believer in him, and the rest of the family was like, he's a DJ and he's not gonna make no living off a DJ, and he need to go get a real job and all of that. And he was like, my father died before I got to like my full potential and before I was really successful, and I just wish he could be here and he could go around and tell everybody, like, I told you so, like, that's my son and I knew he was gonna do this and all of that. And Chris, I feel like he see you, Quick. I feel like Chris over there, he's having the connection too. I feel like Chris, you ain't gotta be smart, boy. Y'all done made this man sit up here and act like he got to be getting in contact with the spirits. Oh my God, y'all. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. So the lady done been through Quick and through Jamie. So now she turned around to Chris and she tells, well, Chris might, what she's getting for Chris is that he needs to not go through Monique. Okay? He needs to do his thing and not be. And I was like, that to me sounds like you need to not be so fucking worried about what Monique wants, and you need to be more concerned about what Chris wants, and does that line up with what Monique wants, okay? Because you are so busy trying to transform into this person that Monique wants you to be, that you are going through Monique. It's like Monique is coming through you, and it's not comfortable and it's not natural, and even the damn intuitive person was able to say it. But honey, that ain't how Chris or Monique see. Chris is like, well, I feel like that's her saying that, that Chris, I need to go and do what I want to do, and be more about the coaching and doing all that. Monique was like, no, she's not talking about that. She's not talking about career. She's talking about on a deeper level that, you need to figure out what. I was just like, so now Monique is usurping what the damn vision is from the lady. I mean, this man can't have nothing on his own, So she tell him he wrong. That ain't what the damn lady meant. And I was just like, oh, Monique, I just don't know when she got this annoying. I'm telling you, y'all keep on saying, some of y'all that didn't like her to begin with was like, Roxanne, she always been this way. But she hasn't. She really, truly hasn't. If you would think back from the very beginning, she wasn't quite this naggy and just sort of like, ugh. So, I mean, I guess the session was good. Okay, Jamie don't know what the hell going on. Quick was receptive to it, and Chris is trying to act like he's, also involved in the deepness too, child. I mean, I guess. And then lastly, you guys, we see the Silvas go and visit their father at the gravesite, okay? And I mean Quick and his two brothers. They go and see the dad. Something tells me that Quick is the bigger personality of the family. Like, he's the one, and I guess the brothers are used to that. So he's just kind of extra. But Quick is just like, when we was kids, what did they tell us? We had to be tough. Okay, we couldn't show our emotions. The guys was like, yeah. We had to be hard and we had to be strong all the time. We couldn't cry. But and they was like, yep. And he was just like, but it was hard on me. He was I guess he's the oldest. So even though them brothers looked a lot older than him. So I don't know if I got that right. Was he supposed to be the oldest? Because he said that when his mom was dying, she was just like, you need to take care of your brothers and take care of your dad. And he was like, that was a lot to put on a 9-year-old. I guess so. He there today because he gonna let these tears out. Like, he can't have all this shit on his shoulders. And his brothers was like, you always got to be able to be true to yourself and, show your emotions and everything. Because in one way or the other, it's gonna come out. Okay, yes, it's gonna come out. Okay, and then Quick, in a attempt to really make this thing emotional, he brings out a letter that his mom wrote to him when she was dying, which actually, to me, I mean, I guess we were just really trying to have this moment on the show, but I was just like, that's something that I wouldn't even have read to the world, because that's too precious. The last words are the words and the wishes of my mom, even though he didn't really read the whole letter, but it was just sort of like, I ain't never read this to nobody. Oh my God, he's kind of crying. He's trying to read it to him. And I was just like, Quick, why are you sharing that with us? It was just like, we got it. You ain't had to bring that. So that made me kind of feel like he's one of them ones too. The whole gist of this conversation was to say that you're not going to be, one of those ones that's emotionally void and not in touch with your feelings, and he was like, what you think Dad would think? You think that he would think I did a good job? Oh yeah, you did a good job. You did a good job. He was like, okay, good. And the whole thing was just sort of like aggressive, and it wasn't emotionally touching, and I was just like, what is anyway, you guys, Quick is doing good. I'm sure his mother and his father are proud of them, him and his family, for what he's been able to do. So, I mean, I think they got you, Quick. All right, you guys, let me get on off of here and let me go finish getting dressed and go and enjoy the rest of my day. Like I said, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, okay? Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.